All right, this is the Uprising. We're gonna be solo, just me. Pack is having some problems. Um, I'm gonna talk about the death of Ruth Gator's uh, RBG, and just what do we do now? And thank you for joining us. And what do I think is gonna happen? And what can we hope is gonna happen? Because it's not looking great in my eyes. So Justice Ginsburg did die last night. She was a justice on the Supreme Court for a very long time. A hero for a lot of people and a pioneer for a lot of people, especially women. Um, we have she has a complicated history and votes and everything along those lines. I got to give it to her on certain aspects. She became a justice when it pretty much one of the first ones to ever be one, and she had a lot of impactful votes and a lot of. She said some stupid things in her life. She wasn't really supportive of the Black Lives Matter protest and the movement. She wasn't supportive of Colin Kaepernick's kneeling and all other things, but she did a lot for women. So, in that aspect, gotta give it to her. I mean, rest in peace. So, where do we go from here, and what's gonna happen in my eyes? Uh, so there. Um, this has been kind of a tough week for me. Mom's in the hospital, so I'm a little bit scatterbrained, and I'm not used to doing a show by myself, so it's kind of a little weird for me. But sorry. So Mitch McConnell is already saying, he's already trying to torpedo a justice for Trump to nominate. Trump's to nominate the justice, and he's likely going to try to push him through as much as possible. That person through. President Trump saying it might be a woman. It doesn't really matter in my eyes. It'll be a super conservative justice that will do pretty much whatever Trump wants in my eyes. Because with the two justices that Donald Trump has nominated, uh, haven't done exactly what Trump wants when it came to the voting things earlier and the decisions earlier in this year. Didn't go exactly how Trump would have liked, and that's going to be a problem. The big issue for the Christian aspects of the Trump and the Republican base, definitely their number one issue is the abortion and gay rights. I think are the two biggest ones for the Christian right, especially abortion. I think the ship's pretty much passed when it comes to gay rights, but nothing's off the table in my eyes. Um, I think Roe v. Wade's in trouble. I think gay rights is in trouble. I think uh, I think voting rights is what's left of it is completely in trouble. And you know, Trump gets a second term, and he has a full-on Supreme Court. I think authoritarianism and fascism's on the table as well. So, do I think the Democrats going to do what they can to block it? I actually think they're going to do some things. Will they be successful, and will they use the nuclear options to make sure it's blocked, like not fund the whole entire government, which might happen. Pretty much the only playbook I know of. I'm not a legal scholar, so I can't tell you exactly of what was possible, honestly. But I think more than likely we're really hoping that Susan Collins, Mitt Romney, a couple other Republican senators are going to be people of their word and not allow a justice to get nominated before we decide a new president or the current president gets reelected. Mitch McConnell set a bad precedent in my eyes, just despite Obama and his administration back in 2016 with Justice Scalia died. So, Republicans don't have, a lot of them don't have any integrity, and a lot of it's just power for a lot of these people, especially Mitch McConnell. He's pretty much the worst one. So, hypocrisy, especially because Mitch McConnell doesn't exist, and a lot of Republicans, it doesn't exist. There's just a lot of nonsense talking points. You're gonna hear a lot of them. I posted one of them earlier today. That's been already used on me, and it was so dumb. I kind of broke down mentally because this is ridiculous. And this video, this is hard for me because, again, this has been a hard week. I don't know fully what to say, and I apologize. I'm not used to doing this show by myself. So we have a choice. We have a choice between a wannabe fascist, authoritarian, possibly dictator. That's kind of the worst scenario if Trump gets a second term, or he's just going to completely have the chaos and other failure of his first terms that's going to be repeated, and I think it's going to be exacerbated even worse. So we have that, and I don't think anyone that's affiliated with this channel or watches this channel is probably not going to vote for Trump. But we have a lot of people that's not going to vote for Biden. They're going to either vote Green Party, Libertarian, or just not vote for the president. And of course, we're going to have some people that will vote for Joe Biden. I'm not going to vote shame you. You can do what you want. I implore you, if you live in a swing state, I would like you to vote for Joe Biden. But if you have your reasons, I respect that. And I get it. But if that happens and Trump gets a second term, the people that have their reasons to not vote for Biden, and Trump does win, well, they're going to have to live with that decision, and the country's going to have to live with that decision as well. And this acceleration theory that some people on the left have about things are going to get so bad that the left's going to take over, and everyone's going to wake up and stop listening to these neoliberal idiots and start voting for left policies. I was in that boat in 2016, kind of. If I was in a swing state, I probably still would have voted for Hillary Clinton. I didn't. I voted for Gary Johnson, even though I don't really agree with him and I think he's an idiot. The reason why I voted for Gary Johnson, because I hated both candidates. And I live in Oklahoma, so my vote doesn't matter. It's going to be red. Trump's going to win this state, probably about 20 points. So voting for Joe Biden is a waste of my vote, in my eyes. If a third party gets 5%, then they give national funding and more availability. So that was a reason for me in 2016, and that will be the reason for me in 2020. I will not vote for Joe Biden again. I will vote for the Libertarian candidate, because Green Party, we can't vote for them in Oklahoma. So that's that. So again, I don't think accelerationist has worked so far. So again, we have to live with the choices we make if Joe Biden does lose and Trump does get reelected. I don't throw these words around. I'm not a liberal that's super hyperbolic. I like to consider myself a leftist. And I'm not quite as left as some people that follow me and everything. But so I don't want Trump to win, of course. I hate Joe Biden. I hope both of them lose, honestly. And we just don't have a president for 4 years, but that's not going to happen. So we have a choice. We have a choice between a neo-fascist and a neoliberal. And again, can we live with the fact that Donald Trump is president for 4 more years? He packs the courts even more. We have definitely have the Ginsburg's seat will definitely be replaced, and I think Thomas would be replaced, and pretty much anyone else on the Republican side of the aisle will be replaced as well. So, the distinct possibility that the rest of my life, I mean, I'm 30 years old, and the rest of my life might be a Republican majority. And if something happens to the other three justices, then it'll be a supermajority. And again, what America do you want to live in, and who do you want to fight against as well? Do you want to fight against fascists that couldn't care less what you have to say, don't do anything what you want to say, or neoliberals that they're probably really not going to do much either, but you have opportunity of possibly getting some concessions out of them, especially this go around. So, is it possible to get concessions? I don't know. Do I think the punishing the dim establishment to make them finally do the right thing, I think is foolish and hasn't worked this 4 years, and I don't think it will work the next 4 years. Because deep down, they're not on our side. If we didn't live in an insane country, they wouldn't be in our party. So, again, it's like trying to get the Republicans to do what you want or vote for Medicare for all. It's kind of fool's gold in my eyes, and it's this foolhardy as well. So, again, I'm not going to shame. I If I would have did this last night, I probably would have, because I was really mad. But I had a cooler head, and I thought, well, that's not going to help anything. That's just going to make people angry and just put their foot more in the dirt. So I'm coming as a person that understands where everyone's coming from, and hopefully these senators have some integrity. I don't know if they will though. Susan Collins probably not going to win the race, and if she doesn't vote for this nominee that's going to likely get nominated by the Senate, she's definitely not going to win a race. She has no future in the Republican Party, because this is the end goal. This is their Avengers Endgame, essentially. If they get that final supermajority, they can pretty much knock anything down they want to. Now, will Joe Biden win the nomination and presidency? And will they pack the courts? Possibly. This party, this Democratic Party, are spineless cowards in my eyes that just want to not be called socialists and communists. They want to be friends with these Republicans, because essentially they are Republicans in my eyes. They just want to go back to brunch, and they want us to shut up. Other thing about it is, as Trump gets reelected, what does that do for the left? And I am really nervous about that. Does that curtail that really aggressive, really scary lockdowns on progressive protest and progressive ideals? And I worry about that, because who's going to save us, honestly? Because Republicans hate us, neoliberals hate us, and anything else, some revolution or anything that people have in their minds, if that comes, then that comes, I guess. But I think either ways, that will be crushed, and that's not a viable solution to our problems, to fight against the world's greatest military, especially that you don't have the whole entire population or amount of population support a overthrow of the government, or whatever certain people on the left have these, I think, kind of delusional dreams that they'll have a socialist communist revolution or whatever. I think it's just kind of ridiculous. Sorry. I think that thinking's ridiculous in my eyes. I think that would be crushed, and I think anything left of Pete Buttigieg will be for a long time considered pretty much like borderline terrorism, and I think we would never get anything done that's anything further than Pete Buttigieg if that scenario of armed attempted armed revolution tries to happen if Trump gets the second term. So I think that's not going to work. I think the only viable way we get change is voting and adding pressure to people in power to do the right thing. Anything else, I think, is borderline delusional and dangerous in ways, because I don't think people really realize that going down that road is very dangerous, very scary, and if that happens, then that's a different conversation, and we can't stop that. But I want to do everything we can to stop that before that inevitable thing happens, and well, we go from there. But I hope that doesn't happen. I don't think that will work. I think it will cause so much more pain and destruction than anything else. So that's all I really got to say. I'm not gonna shame people if they don't vote for Joe Biden, but I do implore everyone to vote. Please vote, and vote with your conscience. Vote to think about what future you want for this country, and hopefully we win in November and get the Orange Man out of office. Regardless of who's our president, it's going to be a lot of work for people on the left. This fight's not over. Fascism is not going to go away if Orange Man gets out of office. But we have someone that's not feeling the flames of that division. So if the Orange Man, President Trump, does get out of office, the left and a lot of people are going to have a lot of work to do to get gettables that fell for Trump's nonsense to not be extremists anymore. Some will come to our side, I believe. But hopefully, I think the best scenario would be to get them just to stop being extremist, borderline fascist. So again, thanks for watching. I'm not used to. Again, I'm not used to. I said this 3 times. I'm not used to doing this show by myself. I usually have Pac, the man that is probably even smarter than I am, really good to bounce off of, and he just had some issues and some car troubles that he had to take care of. So I had to do this myself. But I appreciate everyone watched. About 5 people watched that overall, and hopefully more people watch when it gets released. But this is the Uprising. Again, I appreciate everyone watching. Thank you.